Alright, so Estela has launched in Destiny Rising today. And how can you get her? So you get her from the draw system here. For her event, you have 27 days and 13 hours to get her, as well as duplicates for her talent tree. Now, is her talent tree worth it? What relics should you use? How even do her abilities work? I'm going to cover all of that here in this video. Now, really quickly, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. We are close to 35,000 subs. We keep these videos short, right to the point. A lot of people forget to sub. So if you can, normally I don't even mention this, but we are very close. We're like less than like 40 away. So if you can sub, please do. But getting right into the video. Now, that's how you can get Estela is from the draw system. So getting into her abilities. So the corruption bar is above your health bar at the bottom. And when I do damage with my weapons, that bar will charge up. As you see, there's like 3 individual meters. So by charging that up, my illusions, which are these little dragons that I spawn in, which is one of her abilities, as you see, it gets fully used up when I have it charged. So the ideal scenario would be to charge it up to 3, but sometimes you're going to have it charge up to like 1. And as you see, it's not going to be as strong compared to the other one that we've spawned in, but it's still going to do damage and, you know, be annoying to the enemies that are trying to kill you. And the most illusions you can have up at a time are 3. And as you see on the bottom right of the screen, you can see their health bar, how much time I have left until they despawn. Now, this doesn't include the super, so I can have 3 of them as well as my super active. So if I already have 3 active and I throw another one in, one of them just falls to the ground and dies like that. I'll show you it again so you can see. So the first ability that I'm talking about is the Bewitched Illusions. So Estela will spawn these mini dragons in. And at a level 3 illusion, it's going to gain the Intrusion ability, which is going to allow it to fire a Breath of Temptation that will overpenetrate combatants and deal 3,000 solar damage to all combatants that it hits. It will also go out and, you know, do damage to other enemies that are around you or just on the field. So just to show you the difference in like total damage between, let's just go a level 3 versus a level 1. So I'll throw a level 3 out at this Marauder here. Just kind of let it do its thing at the beginning. We'll see the total damage. All right, so the total damage that a level 3 did on its own was about 220,000. So let's try it again with just a level 1. So the level 1 did 46,421. So it is worth it to fully charge this meter up. Now, how can you control these summons that you are spawning in? Well, thanks to her other ability, Misfortune's Guide. So when we use this ability, we are going to use this contaminated energy, and it is going to fire up to 60 meters. When it hits a target, it's going to deal 2,000 solar damage and inflict misfortune. Now, what is misfortune? So targets that are marked by this are going to take an additional 35% damage. We're also going to get that corruption meter charged up when we do inflict this misfortune. So let's say I, throw my level 1 summon, and it's not going to the enemy I want it to go to. I was like, uh-oh, I want it to kill this captain. I use my ability here. It's going to shoot that solar and leave that little like cloud around it, and my summons are going to focus that enemy. So if I throw in another one, it's going to go and focus that one right away. If I want it to go to that Marauder, as you see, it goes right over to it and does damage. So a way to control your summons. Now this also works for your super. So your super is honestly one of the coolest things about Estela. So you're going to summon a powerful, like, Ahamkara dragon, or whatever the proper term for it is. I've been getting cooked in the comments. Whatever, man. She summons in a cool-looking Ahamkara, a cool-looking dragon, whatever the hell, a violent reverie, whatever you want to call it. It is badass. So I'll show you it here. It spawns in. Now, when we spawn it in, it can't move. So you got to be careful where you spawn it in, because I spawned it in earlier, and it could not hit the enemies I was trying to have it reach. It can't like shoot through walls. It can't teleport this laser. So you just have to spawn it in any spot where it is going to hit enemies properly. So if I spawn it in and I use my Misfortune's Guide, not only will my illusions focus that enemy, my super will focus it as well, allowing me to do bonus damage with my weapons on top of the damage that my illusions are already doing. Now you also have the relic traits, which the first one, combatants affected by misfortune, will also spread misfortune to nearby enemies when they die, and will deal solar damage. We also have the relic trait too, which when our super is active, all of the combatants' misfortune timers will be paused, and corruption will be accumulated with 80% more efficiency. So you'll see when it's active, I'll show you how fast the meter charges up. So we also have the relic trait 3, which when we use Misfortune's Guide, the illusions are going to blink over to the enemies, and fire 3 breaths of temptation at the target. So just more solar damage and just more damage in general. So I use my Misfortune's Guide. As you see, it shoots that little fire shot at it. And it does it like instantly. As you see, it's a slow attack after that, but the initial attack is pretty fast. So I'll show you it again. So you see how it fires it really quickly there, and then it's back to like the slow attack. So that's what it means when it says that. I know it's a little confusing, so that's why I'm showing it so you can fully see. It's a really cool trait to have. Obviously, you don't need to have it, but it is a nice bonus. We also have the Weapon Mastery. So when you attack combatants that are affected by misfortune with a weapon 11 times, you're going to trigger more solar damage, and you will gain additional corruption. And as you upgrade it, you're going to deal more damage when you are shooting enemies affected by this. So as you see, at level 5, it goes up to 100%. And that is pretty much it on her abilities. It's really fun to use. You basically, like I said, you just charge this meter up, get your illusions to that level 3. Now, you don't have to do that, but it as you see, the damage that I showed, the difference is pretty insane. You throw it, you guide them with your Misfortune's Guide, you use your weapon to keep those stacks charging back up. If you want to just throw a level 2 illusion just to have some help over there, you can do that as well. So getting into the next thing, which is going to be your artifacts. So for the first artifact slot, you have 2 options. The one that I like the most is Nourishing Pact, which when you summon these illusions, you're going to restore 16% health. Only in this first day alone, this has probably saved me at least 20 times from dying. Now we do also have Warding Pact, which for every summon on the field, we're going to gain a stack of ward and take minus 6.6 damage, and this can stack up to 3. So, I mean, most of the times you're going to have 3 illusions up anyway, just in activities, it's really easy to get that meter charged. So it's up to you which artifact you want to choose. I personally like the healing when you use them, but the option is there for the damage resistance as well. For the second artifact, I've been liking Bulwark Pact, which the summons that we make are going to gain 40% extra health. We're also going to be using Bellicose Pact, which our summons are going to deal 29.6% extra damage, as well as Resonating Pact in the 4th artifact slot, which when summons attack the same target as the wielder, they're going to deal 37.6 extra damage. If I throw my illusions, use my Misfortune's Guide to have them go at a certain enemy, they're going to do more damage when I shoot my weapon on the enemy. So really good when you're using this for a final boss, or when there's a, yellow bar enemy or a Shinka that you're trying to melt. So for the first talent tree, when Estela or her summons attack targets inflicted with misfortune, they will recover health. The second one, when an illusion expires or is replaced, it gains the sacrifice ability and will charge at the nearest combatant and explode. So if you have a level 3 illusion, when you spawn in an extra illusion, right, if the timer's getting low, you have another illusion fully charged, you spawn it in, or when the timer does hit 0, if you have a level 3 illusion, it's going to do a 4800 solar damage explosion on a nearby enemy. Now for the third talent tree, it's going to increase the illusion spawn duration for 42 seconds. And this is a huge buff because it goes up to 25 seconds without this. For the fourth talent tree, the additional damage Estela summons deal to combatants inflicted with misfortune is increased to 50%. So it's originally 35%. With this talent tree, it goes up by 15%. You also have the 5th talent tree ability, which Estela summons, now deal plus 20% damage. So between the talent tree 4 and 5, if you also have it inflicted by misfortune, that is a 35% damage increase to your summons. As well as the final one, Corrupting Influence, Estela recovers 2 corruption per second while in combat, and 4 per second while out of combat. As well as the base corruption granted by triggering the accident, which is those solar explosions, is increased to 10. So honestly, her talent tree is really stacked. It is going to be hard to fully upgrade her talent tree, I will admit, but it is worth it. Now, what I want to do really quickly is just kind of show you a damage rotation and show you that she does cook on damage. Now, obviously, this is better done with the Gallows machine gun. Fortunately, I do not have the Gallows. I wish I did. I tried to get it today in preparation for this video, but I'm going to show you just how much damage she could do. We're going to go for about like 20 to like 25 seconds in total for the damage, because that's about how long the damage phase is for the final boss in the Gauntlet Onslaught. So we have our ability fully charged up. We throw our summon, we pop our super, and then we just spray this machine gun. And then what I'll do is I'll let it get fully charged up again to throw the next summon. Next one. So we have 3. And as you see, it is absolutely cooking on damage right now. And in about 20 seconds, as you see here, we do close to 3 million damage. Now, could be a better rotation if I had a better machine gun as well. That is an insane amount of damage, not only from just your summons, but your heavy machine gun as well. Now, I'll show you with the pulse rifle, because a lot of people are asking me, should I try the pulse rifle for a damage rotation as well? I found myself doing more consistent damage with the machine gun, so if you have something like Gallows, it will do a little bit more, so I'll show it with the pulse rifle, though. It's not going to do bad damage. It's still going to do pretty good. So go to about like the 20-second mark. And as you see, like 2.4 damage in like 20 seconds. So not a huge difference, but the difference is there between the machine gun and the pulse rifle. Still, for the exotic and it being primary ammo, absolutely cooking. Estela does a lot of damage. That is it for this video. If it did help, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Uppers.